I have a question for you.
Yes.
My son, who is a U.S. citizenship,
Right.
he has his wife in Jamaica going to school,
Right.
and he wants to know if he filed for her, how long she could remain in school in Jamaica, and, you know.
She's a U.S. citizen? He is?
No, he is a U.S. citizen, want to file for his wife, but she's in Jamaica going to school, so he want to know when he filed for her and she get the green card, how long can she stay there before she comes to the U.S.?
I believe it's 120 days they give you the visa for. But you can always postpone the interview. I would not suggest you go for the visa appointment until you're ready to come up. But you
It's
can.
not visa, it's green card.
Yeah, it's still called a visa interview. It's not a green card interview. It's called a visa interview.
Okay, so
you get a visa to enter the United States to get your green card. That's what it is. And
yes, so what would you suggest?
I would suggest let him file, but if she's not yet ready to come up to America, you could always call the embassy, you know, if she gets scheduled for an interview, to postpone it for a month or two.
Okay, so it's best if she waits until she finishes school.
Yeah, because, you know, I don't want her to get a visa, then come up and go back and forth. You know, how much more time of school does she have?
She has like 2 more years.
Yeah, then just wait it out till she finishes school.
Thank you very much.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Can I speak to Mr. Brad?
You're speaking to Mr. Brad. How are you?
Brad, I'm fine. I have a little problem over here
Okay.
with my immigration issue.
What's the problem?
See, I got married on July 2009,
Right.
and then my wife took an advantage of me, and she literally she bothered me a lot, and she took my money. Then I've been through depression and everything, then I went admitted in a hospital. Then I filed. Then she divorced me. We filed for immigration, but she don't want to show up for the interview. But she did show up that interview, and she said, "I want to withdraw the case," and right in front of the officer.
Okay, so she's done nothing right for you.
She did nothing
except it sounds like emotionally abuse you. Have you filed an emotional abuse case?
Yes, I did. I filed from one of my lawyers. He told me, "Why didn't you file I-360?"
Right, and what happened?
So I filed I-360. I got denied on August this year.
How did you get denied if you were hospitalized as a result of this? How could that possibly be? You got denied when?
On August of last year, or 2010.
When did you get divorced?
She divorced me. Maybe before July, I think so. July, I got divorced. I got a certificate from the court saying that she divorced me.
July of 2010 or July of 2009?
July of 2010.
Okay. What I would suggest you do is make an appointment to come see me. Bring the application, get the copy of the files if you can from the lawyer. If you can't, you can't. Certainly bring the denial letter. Let me see what happened here, because it sounds like you have a pretty solid case. I'm not sure why it got denied, but if you come in and I'll review it with you, I'll be happy to figure out what happened.
Okay, Brad, I don't mind coming there, but the thing is that I did apply for appeal. I went for AAO appeal.
That's okay. You can always withdraw the appeal and refile again. What you don't want to, in other words, you appeal if the decision was legally incorrect. If the decision was not legally incorrect, meaning that the Immigration Service was correct because you didn't submit the right documentation or you did something wrong, then the best thing to do is refile again. So what I would suggest that you do is you come in to see me with the denial letter, and even if you have something with the appeal, let me review it. Let me make sure you're on the right track on this appeal, because you only have 2 years from the time of the divorce to get your application filed and then subsequently approved. So I don't want you to run out of time waiting on an appeal because there's a divorce already.
I understand, sir. The problem is right now I don't have work permit. I'm homeless. I'm having a lot of financial issues. So how can I apply for a work permit? Like, you know what I'm saying, to do something?
Well, you
Because
can
my case is-
you can file for a work permit if you refile your adjustment of status.
I have you mean to say I have to file again I-360?
You file the I-360 and an adjustment application together, you can get a work permit. Now, whether we're going to do that for you or not, I'm not sure because, you know, I got to see how strong a case you have. I got to see what's on appeal and everything else. You know, if you're literally on the street, I would suggest you go to a shelter, and they do have lawyers there that can help you with abuse cases. Because I don't know if you would be able to afford my fees, and they do have lawyers there who help destitute people.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
That's the best. So that's the best thing you're suggesting right now.
I'm suggesting right now that it sounds like you had an approvable case. I'm not sure why it was denied. Whether
And
or
sir,
not
another thing
whether
I want to tell you,
one
like,
second,
when I submitted the first time the I-360, all my pictures and all evidences I have with the like the immigration Vermont. I don't know, like I can't produce them again because I don't have copies of them.
that's all right.
I do have
It's okay. Immigration has them in the file.
So still we can go for an I-360 again.
I don't know. I'm giving you suggestions. You're asking me what you should do without me seeing the file and what was done and what was on the appeal. All right, so I'm giving you options. Am I telling you exactly what you need to do? I can't tell you exactly what you need to do because I don't have the file in front of me and I can't see what was done. It's like asking a doctor, doctor, my chest hurts me. Am I having a heart attack? Well, you have to. It sounds like you're having a heart attack, but maybe you have indigestion for all I know. So, you know, without running the proper test, the doctor can't tell you. Without me seeing the file, I can't tell you. I'm just giving you possibilities right now.
I understand, sir.
Right. All right.
Okay, that sounds cool. I don't mind coming and meeting you personally.
All right.
But last question I have is like, if the case is pending in AAO, can I apply for a work permit?
No, you would have to, as I said to you before, you have to refile a new adjustment application.
So it's nothing to do if the case is pending in AAO.
Right, because your case has been denied.
Okay, sir.
All right.
I'll come and meet you
All right.
person. Thank you.
Hi there, Mr. Bernstein. What it is, I was convicted of a felony like 14 years ago, and I'm trying to find out if I can get my citizenship or not.
14 years ago, you had a felony. What year was that?
Yeah,
Was that
that was 96.
97?
Yeah, 97.
Okay. What was the
Early 97.
What was the felony for?
Possession of crack cocaine.
Right. Okay. When did you get your green card?
Well, I've had my green card now for like since '85.
Is that your only conviction ever?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's possible you can become a citizen, assuming you pay your taxes, you know how to read, write, and speak English, and you don't have any other criminal issues, because you just have to show that you have 5 years good moral character, and you also have to show that you do not have an aggravated felony after November 1990. You do have a felony, but my assumption is, and it's an assumption, I would have to actually see your disposition, but my assumption is that generally when you have a possession of cocaine, one-time offense, nothing else, it is not going to be an aggravated felony for immigration purposes. So statutorily you are eligible to become a citizen based on what you told me. I can't give you a definitive answer till I actually see all the documents, but based on what you told me. Now, on the flip side, just because you're statutorily eligible to become a citizen, you're also a deportable alien because you do have a conviction that makes you a deportable alien, which is the possession of crack cocaine. So when you file your citizenship application, one of three things could happen. One, they can make you a citizen because we can say you have 5 years good moral character and you don't have any aggravated felonies and you pay your taxes and you know how to read, write, and speak English and blah, 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 and you're statutorily eligible for citizenship. And they make you a citizen, which is a possibility. Second possibility is they say, even though you're statutorily eligible to become a citizen, if we put you in deportation, that is a reason to deny your citizenship. So we're going to deny your citizenship and put you in deportation, and then you got to fight out your deportation case. And the reason why I asked when you got your green card is because you got your green card in '85. You have your possession conviction in '97, which means that you had a green card in the and you were living in the United States for at least 12 years prior to your arrest and conviction. And if that's the case, then you would be eligible for something called cancellation of removal, again, provided you don't have an aggravated felony, which I don't believe it is. Because you would be eligible for cancellation or removal and you would be eligible for relief from deportation, there's a possibility the Immigration Service may not put you in deportation. It's like a district attorney is going to have to decide whether or not they're going to prosecute somebody. They want to know that if they prosecute that person is going to end up getting a guilty plea. In the same token with Immigration Service, they don't want to put somebody in deportation that doesn't get deported. So because you have relief from deportation, they may choose not to put you in deportation. The third possibility is that they just deny you and make up a law and say because you're deportable, which they do sometimes, because you're deportable, we're not going to make you a citizen and you're denied, but they don't put you in deportation. And in that case, you have to appeal. So the answer is, can you become a citizen? Yes, but there are things that you have to look out for, and there are things you have to watch for, which are those other possibilities. What I would suggest that you do is you come in and you speak to me, and we can go through all the 3 different possibilities of what could happen, and what are the consequences, and what happens if a bad consequence happens. How do we protect you? And then you're going to make a decision whether you want to become a citizen or not, or file.
Wow. This
All right.
is like a 50-50 thing right now.
I didn't say it was 50-50.
Okay.
Okay, I just
All right,
told
thank
you that
very much.
there's pluses and minuses. That's what I told you. But you can make an appointment to come in, and we can talk about it in greater detail.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Hi, Brad.
Yes, it's Brad.
Yeah, Brad, I have a question. My daughter is taking medication for schizophrenia, and is it a bar to apply for adjustment of status?
Your daughter's taking medication for what?
It's a mental condition known as schizophrenia.
It's a mental condition?
Yeah, it is a. It's known as schizophrenia.
It's Crystalvania? I don't know what that can...
Oh, okay. If she's taking medication for some mental problem, is it a bar to apply for adjustment of status?
Well, it's a bar to adjust your status if you have some sort of mental issues. If they're being controlled by medication, then you don't have those issues anymore, I would guess. It depends on.
Yeah,
it depends on how severe a condition she has and how it's being controlled. And I'm not familiar with the condition that your daughter has. But if you want to make a appointment to come in, I can do a little research on what that specific condition is, and I could give you more advice at that point.
No, the doctor says that as long as you take the medication, you have no problem. It's controlled.
Then as long as you take the medication and it's no problem and it's controlled, then she should have no reason to be denied.